You are welcome to CMG Podcast with me, Fano Daka Chimunya, as we are hosting the great man, Honorable Mr. Winfred Mupaka Silumbwe, as we want to listen from him who he is as he is contesting as Isoka MP. May we listen from him. Mr. Mupaka, you are welcome to CMG Podcast. May you kindly introduce yourself?
Thank you so much, Mr. Fano Chimunya. My name is Winfred Mupaka Silumbwe. I'm born and bred from Isoka. I think did school from grade 1 to grade 12 in Isoka. After that I moved to Lusaka, where I came to pursue accountants. From there I started working from within Lusaka. First worked with SWAS up to finance manager position. Then moved to the UCZ, United Church of Zambia Synod, where I worked from the position of senior accountant until I reached the director finance, which they call financial secretary. Actually, I'm an accountant by profession.
Mr. Mpakasi, the question we have as Isoka people, on behalf of the Isoka people, is that why do you want to become the MP or the Member of Parliament for Isoka this time around? Not way back, not in the future, but now. Why is it critical for change right now? Because we've had elections running from since UNIP, UPND, PF. We've had all these elections, but you never decided to become the MP or this along. Why do you want to become the MP this time around?
Thank you. It's a very interesting question. First of all, why I choose now? First reason number one is that I'm the youth, and I believe that every decision that is being made now has a lot to affect me as a youth and other people as a youth. So we have to act now. In fact, if anything, if I knew that President Hakainde Hichilema would perform and would push fouls in the manner he's doing, I could have contested even in 2021.
All right.
Yes, I would have contested even in 2021 because I think for now, every person who has political ambitions, this is the right time to move in and be in a political space, looking at the way President is moving. The vision to bring resources down on the ground, it is something that is moving quickly to tap into his vision and take it to Isoka as quickly as possible. As you may be aware, he is a president. He has been president for 5 years, and in the next 15 years, he might not be there. So if I can't tap into his vision and bring it to Isoka and ensure that what he's thinking up there is translated to Isoka, then I might be late. That's why I want to do it now.
So, Mr. Mupakas, are you telling me that the works of President Hakainde Hichilema are part of your motivation?
Yes, exactly. Look, what the president is doing, number one, is that he has removed the aspect of people planning from the headquarters, planning for us in Isoka, planning for Kawenga, planning for Chipokoso, planning for Chimbala. What he has done is decentralizing, so that the people down there, they begin to make their own decisions that are affecting us. For example, currently we are facing the issue of water. The people in central government there may not know that we need water urgently in Isoka. So he brings it here. What does he do? He brings that if you want to go to school, he brings free education. So no complaint about it. You just have to go. If you want to do skills, he brings these bursaries, sponsorship loans. Go to Isoka Trades and have it. If you want to do anything, if you want to do business, go to Citizen Economic Empowerment and get it now. So what we need for us as members of parliament is to quickly tap that vision and bring it to the youth ground there. Show them. To say, are you aware that you can get bonds and do this? Are you aware that you can be a commercial farmer today? Are you aware that you can be a commercial farmer in rice in Isoka? So these are some of the things that motivates me to quickly move in and ensure that Isoka does not remain behind.
Wow, this is very much interesting. It simply means that the deeds of President Hakainde Hichilema drives you. They really attract your attention. So what are the specific issues that drives you to step forward, and what makes this time around critical for change?
Thank you. You see, Isoka is not material. Isoka, it has got its own way it is from. Number one, 80% of Isoka land is bare, natural land, feature. Okay? 80% of the people in Isoka are not those people today you can say, I'm going to give you jobs. They are farmers, seriously farmers. So now, one thing when you look around is to begin to realize, to say, how do we ensure that the people of Isoka actually make use of the resources that are available to them? Currently, as I'm talking about, if you check around Isoka, not even a single road has been done in the last 5 years. Not even a single bridge has been done. Not a single industry has been brought in Isoka. We have an issue with the mine there in Congo. The matter is just down. As I'm talking about now here, people in Isoka are fetching water in bucket. Recently, when I went back to Isoka, I found a bill because my boy was staying there, who said in my house when I moved into Isoka, I found a bill of 150 in a space of 3 weeks. Because each time we are facing water is a bucket. It's 10 kwacha, 20 kwacha. I'm talking about right away in Isoka town. Yet the district, like I've mentioned, it has got a lot of natural water reservoirs. We've got Nansara, we've got Kasimbi River, Namsalala, we've got Masenji, to mention but a few. But we are fetching water in buckets, buying water in buckets. The president has given you 40 million. 40 million is there. In 2023, I was checking the record. We found that actually in Isoka we spent 24% out of the CDF that was given. Now, I was asking some engineers to say, gentlemen, how much does a conventional borehole cost? They were saying, no, it depends how big it is, from 300, 500, 600. Then I said, wow, let's take it that one conventional borehole is costing 1 million. Out of the CDF that President Hakainde Hichilema has given us in 5 years, let's take it like this, the one bore is 1 million. We couldn't even spare even 4 million and build 4 commercial boreholes that can serve Kawinga, Kasoka, and other nearby town. We couldn't do that. Because we take a Chambesh water and storage has got problem in tapping into water from these other water bodies. We couldn't even reserve even a 4 million in 5 years and even construct even one commercial borehole. I have a question. So we cannot blame the government up there, because they've given us the money here. It's about us. What do we prioritize? What do we think is the first thing? So I had to step up and begin to say, if I remain behind, the Isoka people must miss this opportunity we have under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema.
Hold on, Mr. Mupakas. Why can these problems be solved only when you are in power? Can't you solve these problems when you are not yet in power? Can't you just connive with the people in position or the people in power? You connive with them, then you solve issues. Why do you need to solve these issues only when you get into power?
Thank you. From my work experience, I've been an accountant at different portfolios up to the directorate position for 13 years plus. I've come to know, to believe that a CEO is critical, no matter how much advisors around he can able to advise. The decision, the vibrance, the direction, the vision of the leader is critical. I consider a member of parliament as a CEO for the district or for the constituency.
That's interesting.
That matters a lot. He's a CEO, he's the one in charge, he knows. You know, the way our current system is, we have got one development committee, people who submit projects. We can sit, they can sit to propose projects. At the end of the day, it's about what is a vision of a member of parliament. That's what matters at the end of the day. You can advise, especially that I'm a politician. If I come and advise, I may be considered to say I'm trying to fight, or maybe I'm trying to show that I'm more intelligent than the member of parliament. So what we do is to show my vision on how I intend to solve those problems. Otherwise, a member of parliament is a CEO who influences leadership, who influences the Ward Development Committee? Who influences our technocrats at the council? Because as you may be aware, most of these projects are done by the council. But it's about who is the CEO, what is the direction, what's the vision, so people are able to tap.
So, Mr. Mupakas, if elected as the MP of Isoka, what are the tangible changes that people of Isoka should expect? What are the changes that you're going to bring?
You see, we are practicing modern politics, not politics of falsehood. I'll tell you that development is a living thing to some extent, not a living thing. What I mean is that it has stages. Just like if you are planning to have 1,000 chicken in 6 months, you begin planning for the where those you kept. So what I'm trying to mention is that in 12 months, when we talk about tangible things, number one, the first tangible thing, the leadership will know that now we have a CEO. Very important.
Very
that may not be tangible as many people think, but what I've understood is that in any organization, in a leadership, there's the technocrats or other councillors, council chairmen, or other leaders. First of all, they have to know that now there is a leadership, there is a vision. When people have got a vision, sometimes it may not be you doing things, but it's about people knowing to say, the boss direction this, and things begin to work. That's what I understand. So if I promise to say no, in the first 12 months, I'm going to build a lot, I might be lying. But the first thing that we must demonstrate leadership. We must give people direction to say what we need. We need a mini stadium in Isoka for the youth. Isoka has got talents. Just near Banakonde, there's a stadium there, and every game they make about 10,000. But in Isoka, we have got sports club like Isoka Young Stars. For them even to travel, even to Chinakonde, you start moving, collecting Matukwache.
That's very unfortunate.
So what was that? Number one, every leadership angle in 12 months, we must demonstrate that this is our vision. We must put up a stadium. We must put up water. We must construct the Manganga Bridge. We must do the feeder roads. We must operation those clinics which have been built but not operation. And these things, once we put this in plain and black, the technocrat, my fellow technocrat at the council, they have no option, because they know to say no. Our direction is we have to move like this, and then we see a lot of things beginning to shrooming. So we are not saying in the first 6 months I'll build a lot, no, but we will set the ball rolling. Those who are working on the stadium, we must see an agenda. We must see those in Kawenga, we must see in Kasoka, we must see those guys actually bring the proposal in order to put up the stadium. We must see those people in Mirongo putting up an agenda on how to put Manganga Bridge. We must see people in contention putting up an agenda on how to make that road. We must see that those engineers in charge of water putting up where we construct the commercial boreholes, how to tap water from Nansala, Masenche. That will be the first thing that we have to do.
All right, Mr. Mpakasi, I love that because it considers people's lives, so it prioritizes people's lives or Isoka first before anyone's interest. Yeah, but Mr. Mpakasi, I've got these questions on behalf of Isoka people. Many politicians make promises during the moment like this when they are doing campaigns wanting to occupy that position and fail to deliver their promises. How should people of Isoka hold you accountable if you fail to deliver the commitment or promises that you make to the people?
Thank you. You see, when I look at the issue of accountability, sometimes it arises from the fact that the leader is working in isolation. The leader is using his or her own brain to make things without involving people. What do I mean? When I become a member of parliament, the first advisor, number one, are the UPND structures in Isoka, the district, the constituent, and the ward. those are the people who hold the manifesto of the party. It's like they have taken it to say Mpakas for now represent us. So those are the people that first of all, you hear from them, work with them. They are key stakeholders. I may not know I know everything. Yes, I'm an accountant and I've got a vision for Isoka, but we need to stakeholder. Now, once every stakeholder, they use those the committee for the motorbikes, the marketeers. If you are working together, if you fail, no one will say Mpakas you are accountable. So it's about working together, my brother.
Teamwork.
It's about teamwork. For me, that's I count. Now, when you have a situation whereby people don't know what you are doing, people will say you are a failure because they don't know what you are doing. If people are advising you and you are like you are self-advised, you are like God, who your decision is final. The party who elevated you can't listen to them. The chairman is giving you to say no. As a party, we need to do this. You are saying I'm unelected. Then people hold you accountable. So in short, we will be held accountable, all of us. That is my style of leadership. Even where I'm coming from, all of us will be held accountable because we ensure that they use a part of the team. The party, they will be the technocrats. Every civil servant, teachers, you know, in rural areas, teachers are key people. They are part of the team. If we want to make a lot and it fails, all of us will be accountable. All of us will be accountable. So I don't think that is a problem.
All right, Mr. Mpakas, in some situations we have conflict of maybe administrative conflicts or different conflicts we meet. Mr. Mpakas, I'd like to know, people of Isoka would like to know through CMG podcasts that how your leadership is going to look like. Maybe you would find that people, they want this first, and according to you as a leader, you think what people want, it is not a good priority. You need a different thing to be done first. Then how is your leadership going to look like in such situations, more especially when you win, when you occupy that position?
The first place is people must interpret my vision. Is what is critical for the people. When you sit down with your team, you sit down, sometimes even these board meetings, people argue, head of department argue with it, is because there is no focus, there is no proper explanation of what we need. If I tell people that, gentlemen, for us to protect our sport fraternity, we need a mini stadium or any pitch which can even fence it, so that wherever we're watching, people can even pay 2 kwacha, 5 kwacha and raise the money. I don't think there's even a councillor who would say, no sir, we don't need that. We need the money to give this person to buy fertilizer. I don't think that. If I tell people to say, look, we need water. We need water. So that people stop buying water in buckets. We deal with the challenge. I don't think there is any other contravene reason someone who would come and say, no sir, actually for us what we need is ABCD. We tell people to say, gentlemen, can we identify all the key bridges that make it impossible for investors to go and invest? You know, in Isoka there are some areas where it's about I'm praying that they do delimitation. I'm praying because there's a place that they can Zoche 160 kilometers, whereby if you travel, you still come back and sleep in Boma, because there you can't sleep. I don't even know whether there's even, I don't think there's even a restaurant where you say I've good meals. So if you tell people to say, no, we want to link Nzoche to the mainland, Isoka, and to all the other parts, I don't think there's another director from whatever department who would come and challenge you. So the point is that in leadership, the boss must define the vision straight, and that vision must not be for self-interest. When people know for sure that this is not for self-interest, everybody support. But the moment these technocrats begin to identify that the reason why you want to put the Kalod in Kawenga because that's where his mom stays, they begin to fire.
Oh, right, I understand you.
No self-interest, sir. The people interested, even anyone who has got a wrong agenda, they begin to hide.
Right, Mr. Mpakasi, that's very much interesting and very much educative, very much informative. Like for me, I don't know if the people of Isoka still feel the same. So now the question is, leadership is a two-way thing. In as much as people expect things from you, expect your leadership maybe to change certain things for the betterment of the constituents. Now, what is your expectation that people with Isoka should do in order for your vision to succeed?
Thank you so much. For me, first of all, what I need is genuinity in the people. People have to be genuine. I know in Isoka there are so many technocrats. There are so many people who know a lot. People must not just take that to Alamo Mwana. Let's see how it's going to perform. People, those who know, who have a know-how, they need to genuinely come forward for the betterment of Isoka. That's number one. People, when in submission of the project, we must attach the interest of Isoka first. You know, in leadership, from my own experience,
Yes.
it's about self-interest. That's what brings a lot of confusion. Leaders sometimes they may want actually focus to bring development, but those self-interest around the team, they make leaders actually be bent. So we should ask that the marketeers association there, as they are bringing the agenda, it's not about me having a shop, me selling. It's about developing the market. The motorbike committee, because the motorbike sector in Isoka is becoming very big. When they bring a proposal on the agenda, it must be to benefit the people of Isoka. That is very, very, very critical. Working together, that is what I expect from the people. We do not expect people to begin to have self-interest. You know, sometimes we have some serious matters. That's what I'm saying. This time I do laugh. We have some bridges like Karungu that kill a lot of people, and you'll be asking, why would the World Development Committee leave that bridge in making a proposal? Sometimes for me it's about the self-interest. So I expect people to put Isoka first. We must know that we are here, especially for us youth. We have a lot to protect, my brother. We're not saying our elderly who are wisdomed, they may go to be with the Lord today. No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying for us youth, we have a lot to protect.
All right, Mr. Mpakasi, how sure are you that the UPND government is going to adopt you? Is going to adopt you because you haven't been in the party, I don't know when you joined UPND, but you haven't been in the party. How sure are you that the UPND government is going to adopt you?
Yes. So the issue of adoption for me doesn't even cross my mind, because I'm confident. I've mobilized the party. I've moved to all the areas. I've touched everywhere. I'm a true UPND. I'm a straightforward guy. I'm a very experienced guy in terms of the corporate leadership. And lastly, why it doesn't even bother me. If there is a district where we have genuine leaders, it's Isoka. You know, I do interact with a lot of aspiring candidates, and they will even wonder, Mr. Mpakas, we always see you with leaders, even when you are in the world with leaders. What's the secret? I said, for me, the leaders in Isoka, they're very genuine. I will tell you, I've never been troubled. I'm not troubled. The fear I had, no, if I declare myself as a candidate, the leaders will be doing this, will be wanting, demanding this, it's not there in Isoka. So that has given me confidence that my leaders are straightforward. I don't think they can be moved by something put on the table. I don't think so. I don't think so.
That's interesting.
I trust it. The leaders are very straightforward. They have advised me and they've given me some guidance to say, Mpakas, what you're doing is wrong. And when I use my personal intelligence, my people on the ground, I discover that actually what the chairman was saying is true. They will say, Mpakas, this time around you have to be in Isoka. There's this urgent matter that you need to attend. And when I move there, I find this true. Because if there were some things around, I don't think they would be advising like in the manner they advise. I enjoy relating well with the officials. I I enjoy. They are my bosses. Sometimes I would even wish I take them, all of them, for dinner, but they are very professional, unfortunately. They are very professional. Because it's whereby you are enjoying relating well with your leaders. So then you feel like, why can't I just have, just go and buy 20 crates what everybody can just to celebrate their genuinity. But they are, unfortunately, they are very professional. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Mpakasi, from your own observation, what are the failures of the current leadership of Isoka, and how exactly are you going to address them? How are you going to address these failures?
Thank you. For me, my brother, we are practicing modern politics, and the name calling is one thing I remove in my career. I don't want to say they are failures. Let me say their leadership style. I don't believe in the leadership style of a current member of parliament. Because for me, things that are critical, which can even trigger to another thing, have been done. Let me also repeat on what I said.
Yes. And I would like you
we have serious loads that if the central government hasn't funded, because maybe CDF cannot do a complete road,
yes,
at least they are supposed to be worked on to give you an investor to drive from Isoka to Chipokoso. Now this time, even if you discover that you need to put a very big farm in Chipokoso, you're not going to do it. Because there's no way. For you to move from Isoka to Mirongo Kawam, there's a bridge, my brother. When it is raining, you have to park and begin to doze. You wake up and then you check is the water finished flowing. It hasn't been done. I've asked engineers, gentlemen, how much does a bridge cost? In fact, I need to make a bridge where I stay there. They tell me, okay, even if me, I always give, because I'm an accountant, even if one bridge is costing 1 million, I just want to move it down. In the whole 5 years, they couldn't even remove even 4 million and do even 4 bridges to make Isoka connected. It's very sad.
That's very sad.
I go back to the youth. Me, I've donated about 54 pairs of chess and 58 balls, because in Isoka there are so many clubs and so many talents. But I feel that's not necessary, because it makes us, we the candidate, to begin to manipulate the leaders. That if I buy you a chess, then I'm a good guy. If I put a tournament, I care for you. It's not. Why can't we set up a pitch? I call it a pitch because I don't want, when I say mini stadium, some people begin to think, oh, how can it be done? But I'm talking about a pitch. We just fence it, just like we fence our houses. I fenced my own house, whereby whoever is playing, other people to pay to what? Less money for the football. Why should we continue borrowing so that we, the aspiring candidate, can look like we are working? Because we have, whenever there is a match, the coaches might call me, no, Mr. Mpakasi, we are traveling, Makarungu, we are going here, so we're working. Then I give them one pin, and then I even say, I'm working, but I have got good at. Why can't we resolve it once and for all?
That's very much important.
That's, for me, that is my problem. We are dealing with water. Okay, let's take it that Chambeshi water Swahili has got the problem to tap water from Nasala, from Kasimbi, from Masenji. Why can't we do even, I mentioned earlier on, even 4 commercial boards and resolve the water? So in other ways, for me, I don't believe in the candidate, because of course, yes, she has done well in the health sector. There are 14 rural health posts which are still not operational. Okay? Sometimes I differ with people, and people think I'm controversial. Between breakfast and you have let me give you an example to explain what I'm talking about. Having a very heavy breakfast, milk, tea, butter, and then per lunch hour, you eat in with vegetable. For me, I will choose you skip breakfast and buy chicken at lunch hour. Why quarter? So sometimes when I look at a project they are spearheading, I begin to wonder. In 5 years, you do 14 clinics. I know clinic is operational. You leave things, because even when you put clinic, you still need the road. People need to move. People still need to bath. You know, you get, so that is where I've got a problem. That's where I've got a problem with handshake. Sometimes I begin to weigh the project. I'm in good books with the ward development committees, even the councillors, even the committee members, village admin. I interact with them. I'll read the paper they say these projects have been funded. I'll pick them, I'll sample, and begin to say, really? So this project has been approved. you know, from finance perspective, I'm sure you know that the people they call accountants are stingy. They're not stingy. When people bring all these proposals, we look at, if I pay this, it will trigger to this, it will bring that result. For you'll be thinking that your proposal or your payment which you are pushing in accounts department is important, is important and need to be paid now, but I'll put it in the shelf because I can't tell you that this is not making sense, sir. But I'll just put in that drawer and approve another one, which I know that if I work on this will bring an investor to visit Kanyala. An investor will go to Nzoche. When an investor goes to Nzoche, there they can even set up a commercial farm. There they can even start keeping cattle. There they can even put up a lodge. There they can even put up a school. So I will ignore all these things and put a lot. But for you'll be thinking this guy is not good. That's how we are trained, unfortunately. I'm sure you've been touched with accountant and they think people think we are difficult. Not difficult. We are looking for what triggers next.
All right, you have just said the issue to do with the pitch and fence it so that people can pay whatever money they have matukwaja, so that they can watch football, generating income or creating jobs for youths or even for the qualified ones. So this has just triggered the question which I have for the people of Isoka. The unemployment in Isoka is always the issue for the people of Isoka. How do you plan to address this issue of unemployment? What initiatives do you have to create employment for the people of Isoka, youths and many other eligible people for employment? What are the initiatives that you bring on the body to create the employment for these people?
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, the law, I understand the law of member of parliament very well, and even as I want to say or bring industry, I want to be very, very cautious. But what I can tell, number one, is about influence. Okay, can I divert a bit and give you an influence?
Yeah.
Do you understand that people currently have been saying the position of a mayor, council chairman is ceremonial, it's not important. But do you follow George Mwanza, the mayor for Chipata said?
Not really.
That you should follow it. That guy has proved that even this position we say they are ceremonial, they are very critical. I just want to divert a bit. Meaning, even though when people can say, no, a member of parliament cannot bring an industry, it's about influence, mama. It's about influence. Who are you interacting with? What do you communicate? Let me also bring in my aspect of leadership. Sometimes I've heard a number of MPs who like Tuchawa. Okay, I know Tuchawa, they are good. But for me, Mr. Fano, if I keep saying, no, Mr. Fano is good, in this case, I'm talking about people who say, Hakainde Chilema. But meanwhile, you can't interpret his vision, you can't implement background. For me, that is, those are not good Tuchawa. The point what I mean that the president sometimes, even when we're interacting, if you are bringing genuine programs like the president we have, I don't think in Isoka can spend 10 years at an industry. No. I don't think that mine in Kombo can spend all these years without being open. I don't think so. It's about genuine conversation where that the president, you're not just singing you said it all the time. You're not just singing, well, our president, you bring critical things. So in Isoka, in Plax, let me say about some of the things I propagate, which I'll use an influence. They might not be for direct on my table. In Isoka, we have got a lot of opportunities for rice. If you go in Isoka, there is throughout rice. But if you go where people farm rice there, you discover that it's sad. Not rice. You know me doing those. It's through growing rice that made us even to go to school. Why not make those commercial farms? Why not make those commercial farms? In Isoka, the opportunities for growing beans, girls, why not make those? Why not make even have something that can need to add value? Because in Isoka rice, we just process it and bring it to Osaka. So we have discovered the lot of minerals in Isoka. We use influence to ensure that is open. It's about sitting down with their royal highnesses. By the way, we have 2 chiefs in Isoka, and all of them, they are CEOs. What I mean, they are not like traditional leaders who can say just for custodian of tradition. No. For them, they are CEO. What I mean is they are pro-development. Sitting down with them, a genuine conversation with the government. I don't think you can take 62 years without opening your mind. I doubt. I don't think you can take 62 years without even a single industry in Isoka. I doubt. In accord, you know that the president was launching, there's a gentleman, I've forgotten the name, who was empowered with a lot of machineries now growing rice, commercial farmers. I've just forgotten, I don't want to go on that one. It's about influence, Baba.
Influence.
You can be in the same office, you can be head of department, I'm also head of department, but things can be happening depending on the influence. What do I speak in parliament? You speak when you are given an opportunity to share with the president. Do you just say, "What president was what president Mleko?"
Forgetting Isoka.
President. No. What do you bring forward on the table? You know, for me, you know, in Isoka, you don't even have dipping tanks. Meaning in Isoka, let's take a film for 10, Baba, you can't manage because they will die for these diseases. They die. People you can't even manage to take a film and kumba even to reach even 5, 6, they will die. I had 10 cows. Apart I'm talking there 3. And to hire to go the vet from Isoka, it was very quick. He went there, he did the vaccination, but it was too late. No dipping tank in Isoka, no dipping tank. Meaning we only, for us, it just growing maize. Not dipping tank. You can go around. There's one at Samwenje, but not to that standard. So when I tend to get in employment, it's not about saying, you know, coming to cancel. Maybe we cancel to just employ 20. So I don't want to be lying. Maybe in cancel just employ 10 people. It's about those who want to take a on there. Let them do that. The Minister of Agriculture through Isoka region, they need to provide deep tanks there, vaccination. Those who want to grow rice, instead of using them, who is in Kasu, give them machinery. Since the economic empowerment, the president has always mentioned, you can go and get machinery. Tell them the youth. You know, I'm here in Isoka. I'm able to speak this because I got educated. And I've been exposed, but some brothers and sisters in Isoka, my brother, who have never been to Kabwe. So you as a member of parliament, I'm saying you will become a CEO and drive the agenda.
All right, Mr. Mupakasi, before we conclude, I would like you to answer this last question. While other leaderships have failed, why should people of Isoka trust you that you will deliver without fail?
Thank you. Like I've mentioned, they have not failed. Their leadership style is not what is helping Isoka. What they're implementing, I'm not saying they failed, but it's not critical. It's not impactful. It's not what we need. Me as a youth, I've got everything to protect my brother. I've got the future to protect.
That's important.
We need to begin to protect the leaders of the youth. Today, our youth are not trusted. So we may not mess up with this opportunity because we don't want the future generation people not to trust the youth. So in short, I've got everything to protect. Why people should trust me is that I believe in critical matters, in critical things that trigger economic development. I mean is that my leadership style is touching the critical things. You can't manage to support all the clubs. You can't. Give them one thing, let them begin to make money. Even if you die, you're not elected in the next election, you will have built something, a stadium for them.
Legacy.
build bridges. Don't put people in a situation whereby they have to come to be begging you. So honorable, not what I'm too many motoka. Because they can, no. Give them something that even if tomorrow not there, it will still support them. You know, that is my perspective of doing life. We shouldn't be living a life whereby we're putting people in such society, they became dependent on me. These youths, that's what I'm saying. Me, I don't have any group of youths come to Isoka. Because I don't want to have youths who are just what come back to name. We've seen these MPs whereby they were with a youth in term 1, my election was 5 years. The youth stuck with a Corolla, not even a motorbike. You are Africa, my second term, nothing. I don't want those youths. I want in the next term, those youths who are supporting me, they should be my funders. I should begin to now bring new youth to start supporting me. Okay, start supporting me. Those will have been funders. You don't want to have. I've got some people around the youth. When I look at them, they'll be like, you know, honorable, moving with you. Oh, honorable, when you win, I just laugh my heart. No, moving with me what? The moment I win, you have to find you something to do.
Sure.
Me moving with me for what? What about the children? I can't manage to be giving you money in the pocket of it. Meaning I don't want to make a puppet. So I'm sure they'll be hearing this video. I'm sure maybe they'll be disappointed. There are those who think when I win, I'll be moving with them. No. If I win, maybe the longest takes maybe 1 year. They should begin to do something. The stable. We bring those who want to tap from me. After some period, they're also supposed to go. Why should we have youth 10 years of cafe mdala talk what happened? Nothing, not even a plot. I don't.
I was wondering, say,
No,
leaders of today, they are leading people, yet they are living a different life from the people they are leading. Then what kind of leadership are they providing? Because following what you have just said, I just love it that people of Isoka, if they miss this opportunity, yes, I'm sure the blame will be on them, not on any other one, because you have given them the person you are, and then they should expect the change of the environment that will allow them to achieve their dreams by giving them what to do, executing their abilities and skills. We appreciate you, Mr.
Maybe lastly.
Yes.
Sometimes when I'm interacting with the UPND officials, some have been UPND leaders maybe for 15, 20 years. And the UPND is in the government for 5 years. When I look at some of them, they can't even manage to buy fertilizer. I begin to wonder. I don't tell them this, maybe they'll be shocked. You can't be a district chairman, chair lady, youth, what and what. Yet in Dala, you can't even have a farm. You can't even grow mates. That's what I refuse. Those are my technical cracks. Those are my bosses. I don't know whether people, those are my bosses. That's what I'm saying. My leadership is down there is to grow someone. People are interacting. Do you understand that at my level here, as a small boy here, what I mean, I don't have this government influence. There are some people just having my number, they feel happy. What when I become a member of parliament?
That's influence.
Just by you knowing me, you being my chairman, you being my chair lady, you being my youth chairman, it means a lot.